I need something to do while I wait for my phone to charge, so I'm gonna do this. So I ain't got nothing positive to say about today's work ethic or today's job. Now, I do got some things to say that I did make some notes of. I am like 99.9999999% sure that I'm like Audi ADHD, and then some other things because like it's fun in here. Not always for me, but to you sometimes it does. But either way, today's job is a $4,000 job. I don't know why the name generally looked familiar to me. I generally thought that I did the job, and then my coworker thought that him and I went out to estimate. I'm glad I didn't estimate because that means I'd be fucked for tomorrow. I don't know, like she generally rang a bell. I don't know, maybe like it was a duplicate account, like maybe there's another person with the exact same name or this or that. But when I tell you the job was a goddamn job. So to put it into perspective, let's say I was there from roughly about 11:30, even though the job was scheduled from 10 to 12. It's not like the scheduling. I meant like the window to start the job 10 to 12. So we got there roughly about 11:30, maybe 11:20 something. We were there from roughly about 11:20 something till about 8 something. So I think the second biggest problem outside of it being underbidded is getting people that really want to do what we are doing per se, because everybody wants some money that's attached to it, which I don't doubt. I don't like. I see it. I work. I understand. Like doing this type of business is the most money I've ever made per paycheck, as well as just not just per paycheck. So like that's kind of like my biggest reason to come back. But also, I generally like to work. I don't fucking care. But my bad. Let me rephrase it. I like to work within reason. And what I mean by that is, you give me good people to work with, I'll fucking work all day. You give me good vehicles, I'll fucking work all day. You give me equipment, I'll fucking work all day. Even without the good equipment and the good truck, I'll still work all day. But give me a shitty partner, I got some shit to say at the end of the day. I'll tell you that right the fuck now. Cause I wouldn't say I'm like I wouldn't say I'm like the best worker to work with, but there's definitely some ethic and drive that comes behind me that most people don't duplicate, can't duplicate, don't care to. Like I generally work like a fucking slave. I guess is the easiest way to put it, which is understandable why people don't want to copy that. Because at the end of the day, like in corporate America, you only get paid for what you do, and then even then, you don't get appreciated for all the extra work that you do. Sometimes it's just really location, location, location. Who's the leader and who's the boss, and all this and all that. And it's also knowing the difference between a boss and a leader. A boss tells what to do. A leader says, "Follow me." All right, so that's my definition of a boss and a leader. So this really doesn't have to do anything fun. It actually goes all together with the video. So there was just a shit ton. Like when I say the shit was underbidded, I mean it had me coded in it. Cause I generally felt like I was there. Like I can't per se say how many estimates I've done overall, but from my experience, most times I don't get any of the estimates I estimate, which makes me even question why the fuck y'all have me estimating if I never get them locked in. Now, for the fact that I don't personally get them, it doesn't mean the customers didn't say yes. That's perfect. She did not remember that. I just did though. That's insane. That's insane. I'm glad she didn't know that. I'm not gonna fucking fill that shit in, honestly. We're just gonna leave it like, what the fuck is Ethan talking about? It doesn't matter. It doesn't pertain to you. It barely fucking pertains to me, so it doesn't fucking matter. Back to the point. There was just a god awful amount of just small tedious shit. Like when it comes to bigger stuff, I mean like furniture and stuff like that, there really wasn't all that much. It was bagging, it was stairs, it was dust, it was an ordeal, to say in the least amount of words. But I feel like for me personally, what helps make and or break a team is who you have on the team. Now, me being the type of person I am, you can show me just about any type of job, and I'm like, we're gonna do our best. Now, crazy part is the customer even knew it was gonna take longer at night, because like the thing about me is I try to guarantee we'll get it all done in one day. If I could duplicate myself, I could make that 1,000% truer every single time, because that's my mindset. What I have in front of me is what I want to get done, regardless of how big it is. And that is something that I've come to learn and realize about myself as I look at a pile and be like, God damn, I'm overstimulated looking at this. But if you take it bit by bit, it becomes less of a pile. But goddamn, is it a fucking pile to take on. And then I find it funny because I'm looking in my living room, which is absolutely trash since the fucking first day I moved in. I might have moved some stuff around. But one thing that one of my buddies kind of made prominent to me, and it does kind of make sense, we literally touch items all day, basically every single day, at least 5 days a week, sometimes 6 days, sometimes 7 days. So literally, whatever you would see in a house, in a business, a fucking storage unit. That's basically what I deal with. Like on my whole, how about that? Just for reference. Outside of what my hand is covering, this is 1,000% plausible for me to get on site and do for a job. Having to clear. Look, the job that I did today was basically, from my understanding, the client's brother. Yes, brother. The client's brother, something, something. Like, I don't know. From what I thought originally, she told me that he died, but as things progressed, from my understanding, he's like sick, and she's just being a good sister and stuff like that. Okay, cool. Cool. I need to drink more. Not necessarily drink. I need to talk to people that are alcoholics. Just because, like, I would say I have a good ear for a lot of things, but when it comes to slurred words, unless it's in person, I can't tell over the phone. And I think like what also helps being able to tell when they're drunk is just the fucking smell, the sway when they're standing still, the flair of the words, the possibly popping my. That's an idea for sure. Don't pop my bubble. Essentially, just don't get too close to me is what the reference is supposed to mean. Not don't ruin whatever type of idealistic mindset that I'm in. Don't pop my ethereal bubble. You couldn't even if you tried. That's the point. So hella stairs. Like fucking. There's a fucking. I don't even know how to break it down. Just because like when you walk in, you're already technically speaking. I say technically because everybody counts things differently. Because there's a basement, which I would consider that to be floor one, but if it's a subfloor, I guess it doesn't really count. Then there's the main floor, which is what we had a shit ton do. And then there is a second floor, whatever you want to call it. And then there is a third/fourth floor, however the fuck you want to number this shit. So either I ran stories or I ran 3 stories. Either way, I had some stories I had to run. And it was every floor something, if not a lot of things. Like I would say the worst floor was the attic. And the main reason why it was the worst floor is because there's a shit ton of books, a shit ton of dust, shitty air circulation. And it was just horrible. It was fucking horrible. And then there's like 3 rooms on the second/third floor. And that was horrible too because basically every single room was, I wouldn't say it was jam-packed full, but it had shit in every single room. And then in the fucking main floor, which I would have called the second floor, there was basically everything. Yet again, I'm just like, and then like to kind of, I wouldn't say add insult to injury, but to not really be all that helpful. Like some people want to work and some people want a job. The motherfuckers that want a job piss me off because they don't want to work. The motherfuckers that want to work kind of piss me off because they don't want a job. As in they don't really want to do it. I don't know. It seems like, to me, I don't know what a job is. I'm like, and I figured there's like maybe I don't even know how many guys we actually have on the roster right now. 30 sounds like summer numbers. I don't know. We could have like 15 to 20 people right now. I don't fucking know. But of the roster, I'd say there's probably about like 7 people that just love to do the job just to do the job, or maybe they're just able to fake it like I am. But like, I don't know why, but I swear they never pair me with somebody that is worthwhile when I need them. They'll pair me with a motherfucker that can go and that can move when it's just like a small fucking day, when it's like, I don't know, 3-4 jobs no longer than 25 minutes, 30 minutes. This motherfucker was an all-day job and I needed an all-day type of person with me. I didn't even have a fucking medium-sized job person with me. So when I was trying to update my GM on what was going on and stuff like that, he's like, do you need extra guys? I'm like, no hesitation. I'm normally the type of person like, no, thank you. I don't need extra help. There was a reason why I did what I did when I did it and how I did it when I was working this job. So a little bit of the game plan that I was trying to think of, because like, I don't know, if I want to be somewhere for a while, I figure how are we going to get this done as efficiently and as smoothly and as fast as possible. Sometimes speed is it's just gonna take forever, no matter how fast you try to move. But it's just staying moving. And what I learned is who I was working with. He works at his own speed, at his own rate, and working at his own speed, at his own rate makes me absolutely hate work with him because he does not keep up. He can't personally keep. I don't know. Maybe he could keep it, but it's just for the fact that I feel like his intellect is the reason why he doesn't want to do. Like when it comes to smart people, it's just like. Uh, because I don't get me wrong, because I'm probably going to agree with you for why you're not wanting to push yourself so hard. Because as an intellect as well, but also we're all in slavery. It doesn't fucking matter. But then again, I should probably slow down your pace. But then it's like, am I as good as I am because I am me, or am I only as good as the people I work around? Well, shit. I feel like I'm good regardless of who I work with, but sometimes I feel like I can only put so much time and energy. Well, I can only put so much energy forth before it's just like, am I just here by myself? Which is generally what I felt like until the extra two guys came along. Because, like, what I ended up doing was having him do a lot of the runs to offload the truck just because I figured if I would have offloaded the trucks, I'm pretty sure I would have gotten back on site and been, I wouldn't say severely upset, but I would have been like, yeah, you're going off on next because you the people that they, is that's not a smiley face. That's just a shitty tax job. The people that they hire, I'm aware they kind of just hired bodies because nobody wants to work. This is kind of a high turnover rate job, which is completely understandable. Kind of like caretaking. This takes a lot of, well, not like caretaking because this takes more physical strength compared to emotional strength. Caretake, I would say for me personally, it was emotional and physical. Because like there's parts of my back I wasn't working out, and caretaking that I'm not even doing even here. I'm like, what the fuck would they have me do? They're just like leaning over the bed, shit like that, and then being emotionally attached to shit like that. Oof, this is no. This is a double whammy. How the fuck am I fucking up my body and my emotions? I love them, and I hate the fact that you use my emotions to keep me here, even though you won't raise the value of who I am. So therefore, it's just like either I suffer in financial disarray because I want to help where I can help, but they're not wanting to help me, or I find a place where I'm being helped and I can help. Why do you think I'm still here? It was a fucking doozy. I still have an itchy face. I still need to shower. I still need to take this dab. I still need to get the food out the microwave. I still need to go to sleep. I'm still not going to answer my phone tomorrow. Like, I need to scrub the shit out of my face. Like, the shit. Like, I don't know. Because I'm generally thinking insulation. At some point or another, I might even get a video compiled of what that job kind of looked like, just so you guys can understand a little bit of it, because I did record it on one of my phones, not the one I'm currently talking on right now. But then again, if I put it on YouTube, y'all don't know the difference in the phones, or maybe you do. I don't know. I'm pretty sure somebody autistic enough to be like, oh, I can tell that's a Samsung A23. That's an iPhone 12. That's an iPhone 13. iPhone 14 Pro. How the fuck do you know it's a Pro Max? That's a Samsung Ultra A12 or A20, or I don't know. I generally believe whatever you can think of, and even the things you can't think of, there's somewhere in this world exists. But that has nothing to do with here nor there. But hey, in this dick measuring contest of the world, my team won MVP, or I won MVP. I don't know. I don't know. Like, the problem with me being me is I know that I'm great, but I don't always believe or think that I'm great, and I don't always walk around with the confidence. I just know if you give me a problem, if you give me enough time, 9 times out of 10 I can solve it. But the problem sometimes is when I come to the conclusion that you are the problem and there's no solving you, aside from eliminating you, but it sure all depends. I just come to the conclusion of, well, time to move on again. um, Like I said in one of my, not these type of videos, but one of my videos, I said the main reason why I enjoy this job, I fucking hate it. I hate the bureaucracy part. I love the manual labor part, love the customers, love the helping part. It's generally because it's chaotic. I come from a chaotic environment. This is generally the only chaos I have that's, I would say, in a sense, healthy. Like, it keeps me fit, keeps me out of trouble, keeps me out of the house more than not. Keeps my bills paid, keeps me, I would say a little bit engaged, but it's not necessarily engaged. I don't know. It keeps me. I guess is the simplest form I can get at. I hope not to have many more jobs like this, but only time will tell, and I do hope it tells a good story. I feel like this is something that I might be bitching more about in the summertime because summer allows way more jobs, a lot more fuck up, not necessarily fuck ups, but a lot more. No, there's that $18,000 job on the hate. I want to be on it because nigga, I sold it and I want to make some profit off of it and it's gonna help me. But I also don't want to do it because I keep telling everybody every time they ask me about it, the bitch is a mall. I'm not even exaggerating when I say this. I'm not. Well, I do exaggerate a little bit, but I wouldn't say I'm the one that exaggerate often. As well as if I exaggerate, it's really not that much. But when I say this bitch is big, I mean, I keep saying it's gonna take a couple weeks. Like, I don't know. We could possibly, depending on the guys and how many and all this and all that. Like, there's so many things. It's just like I feel like it's semantics. If you send the right group of people, I feel like anything could have been done. I feel like if I would have been able to pick the guys for this job, they wouldn't want to do it. I'll be honest, because I would have picked some of the fast, strong, and quick working people. But the problem with some people with their professionalism is like, I'm so damn good. Why the fuck would you have me doing this shit? Because you're so damn good. Remember, the better you are, the worse tasks you should have. Because well, we don't want nobody else to fuck this up, and we know you won't fuck it up. So why wouldn't we put our best foot forward? The foot that makes no sense. And sometimes I think like that when I get shitty ass jobs. I'm like, they only have me out here because they need somebody that's gonna lock it in and not complain. And I do both. I would say of all my complaints, I would say a good amount of them are more or less about my coworkers than the job itself. I'd be like, the job sucked, but you also sent with the wrong person. As in, like, the job was gonna suck either way, but you sent with the right person. I'm like, yeah, the job's kind of tough, but shit, me and so and so busted the fuck out that bitch. Cause I've had shittier jobs with shittier partners, and there was no way in hell I was gonna do all that I did or all that we did with two people. Like, I'm not one to call and ask for help. I was trying to give him an ETA and let him know what all we had, but he's like, should I send out some extra? I was like, yes, 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 yes. You sent me out here by myself. You just sent me with somebody driving the truck with, yes, send me out some people. I need help. I can't do everything by myself, is what it feels like sometimes. It generally feels like that when I work with shitty partners. And I try to talk around with some of the other guys just to see if I'm being a dick or some shit like that. And I would say 9 times out of 10, I'm not being a dick. My experience is everybody else's experience with that same exact person. So it's like, oh. So you just suck in general. You just don't suck when I'm around. You just suck. God, I hate when they hire bodies. But also, I can't really argue why they don't want to work like I do, or even want to work at all. Slavery sucks. I know that. You know that. Now, regardless if you admit that's slavery or not, just because it changes name the job, it don't mean shit. Basically, like a nickname. slavery didn't die out. It just got a cooler nickname. This sucks. Either way, my phone should be charged now. My food's done. I'm gonna take some adult stuff to make me hopefully forget about all this bullshit. And then yeah, oh crunchy. Oh my lumbar feeling funny. Not necessarily funny, I'm feeling it. So I'm getting that. Let me take a couple hits so I forget. So thank you for listening to my little bit of my mildness, because if I don't bitch, I'm gonna let it out one way or another, and I'd rather let it out this way than the other way, because I'm too pretty to go to jail. I'm not too pretty to have a headstone. Either way. Deuces.